Colleen Lowe versus Ronald Henderson, also known as Ron Henderson, file 2404-2401952R. No. Have a seat at the table there. Mr. Forrester, your appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Jeff Forrester. I'm here on behalf of Colleen Lowe.
Ms. Lowe, your name.
Colleen Michelle Lowe.
Mr. Henderson.
Ronald Henderson, yeah.
Counsel.
Edith Wellenbrecht on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Ronald Henderson.
All right. I don't want to embarrass you. You come in here again with jeans on, Mr. Forrester. I'm going to send you home. Cold or not cold?
I understand, Your Honor.
Today's the date scheduled for trial. Any preliminary matters that need to be brought up? Mr. Forrester?
No preliminary matters, Your Honor.
Ms. Willenbrecht?
No.
All right.
All right, pause right here. This case already smells like trouble. We've got a construction contract, phased payments, and a judge who's clearly running a tight courtroom. When you hear 3 separate payments, that's your legal red flag. Because in contract law, who gets paid when often decides who wins. Keep that in mind.
Do you wish to give an opening, sir? Opening statement?
Yes.
You can proceed.
Well, on April 17th, the contract was entered into by a plaintiff and defendant. And it was for work to be done on a rental property. And it was quite a long list of work that was to be done. It was divided into 3 separate payments, and those payments were, the first payment was made of that. Work wasn't completed, and this is something that we should have wrapped up in small claims court. But it's, we're here today as a result of the unfinished work, and we're here to show that and prove that.
All right. Ms. Willenbrecht.
Your Honor, the defendant denies all the allegations in the complaint, and we're ready to proceed with that.
All right. Call your first witness, Mr. Forrester.
I'd like to call Colleen Lowe.
And
Ma'am,
Judge, I'm sorry, we would like to ask for sequestration of any other witnesses on behalf of the plaintiff.
do you have any other witnesses in the courtroom, Mr. Forrester?
I do not.
All right. Neither of these individuals in the back are witnesses? Ms. Willenbrecht, are either of them your witnesses?
No, they're not. The defendant has no other witnesses.
All right, sir, you're just observing?
That's correct.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I do have one witness, was Madeline here, but she actually signed the contract.
This young lady? Okay, ma'am, I'm sorry. You're going to have a seat out in the hall, okay? So I'm ordering the sequestration of the witnesses.
Notice what just happened. This is called witness sequestration. The judge is making sure witnesses don't hear each other's testimony and sync up their stories. Courts take credibility very seriously, and this move tells you the judge is already thinking, who's telling the truth here?
I'll ask you to raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you've given in these proceedings will be the whole truth so help you God.
I do.
All right, have a seat, please. Have you ever testified before, ma'am?
Pardon me?
Have you ever testified before?
No, sir.
All right. Pull your chair up there. I'd like you to speak into that microphone. I'd like you to keep your voice up nice and loud.
Okay.
You cannot answer with an mm-hmm or an uh-huh.
I don't do that.
Or shaking your head side to side or up and down, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Forrester, you can proceed.
Okay, Ms. Lowe, on April 17th, you entered into an agreement with Defendant Ronald Henderson. And it was, it looked like it was in 3 parts, is that correct?
Yes, Madeline actually signed that contract. I was in the hospital.
And it was in 3 parts.
Yes.
That.
Ma'am, why don't you hand that to her? Can you identify that document, ma'am?
Yes, sir. This is where he ripped out, actually, I think this is the back door that he and I don't know if it was his workers or him, but they broke down the back door. They kicked it in because the renter had accidentally locked herself out. So he took off all the moldings and the door was unsecure.
When did you take that photograph?
I did.
And what day did you take that photograph?
Probably between the 20th and the 28th.
And that is of 2024, correct?
Yes, sir.
Does that photograph accurately depict how the door appeared when you saw it at the time that you took that photograph?
Yes.
You move for the admission, Mr. Forrester?
I do, Your Honor.
Any objection, counsel?
No objection based on the vagueness of the date.
Plaintiff's 1 is admitted. Go on to number 2 unless you have questions about number 1.
You recognize, you get a picture.
That's plaintiff's proposed 2, correct?
Yes.
What does that depict?
That's the door frame that was supposed to go into the back door. That was never replaced.
And you took that photograph?
Yes, sir.
And does that accurately depict the door frame that was supposed to go into the
Yes.
back door? Yes?
Yes.
And you move for admission of plaintiffs 2?
I do, Your Honor.
Any objection?
Yeah, I have voir dire for her.
Go ahead.
Miss Lowe, did you take that picture?
Yes.
And what date did you take that picture on?
Before the 28th of April. Sometime between the 20th and the 28th. I'm not sure.
Okay,
In that week.
and it was on your camera?
Yes.
And does it have dates?
It just says between the week. It just has, April 15th to the 28th.
I thought you just said between the 20th.
The 20th and the 28th. I was in the hospital on the 17th.
Okay.
And what type of camera was it?
iPhone.
Okay, all right, and, okay, an iPhone, okay. And Judge, I would, based on the new information that this is between April 15th and April 28th, I'm going to object to their admission. Is that the same with the number 1 also? Photograph number 1, would that be
Yes,
also?
well, it wasn't between the 15th because I was in the hospital on the 17th.
Okay,
All right. So answer the questions. Is the plaintiff's proposed exhibit number 1 and 2, were they taken those photographs on the same date?
Yes.
Can you tell me what dates that they were taken on, or what dates, at least in between, that they were taken?
Okay, give me a moment here. I'm sorry, I was wrong. All of these photos were taken on May 6th.
Are you certain of that?
Yes,
So plaintiff's proposed 1 was taken on May 6th?
yes.
This is a big moment. Dates on photos matter. When testimony starts shifting, even slightly, judges start mentally underlining credibility issues. Question for you. If you were the judge, would this confusion help or hurt the plaintiff's case?
Plaintiff's proposed 2?
Yes,
How about plaintiff's proposed 3 through 10? Do you know when they were taken?
May 6th.
You're certain of that?
I'm certain of that. It's right here.
Any other questions?
may I look at the camera?
Do you have the camera here? Oh, it was your phone?
It's my phone.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Are all the pictures on here? Just.
Yep. Yes,
Well, it also, that there was changes made to the testimony afterwards.
You want to voir dire on that one too?
Well,
That's
This is
fine.
number
If you,
1.
no, that's fine.
okay.
You can do that.
And
I'll let you do that.
Okay, thank you.
But you can't, let's not look at the phone anymore unless there's a specific reason for it.
Okay, all right. Would you, okay. I'm going to object to all the pictures based on vagueness.
Why is it vague?
And all the pictures are on a counter. Is that right? Are they all on a counter?
Wait a minute, we're only dealing, hang on, guys. Let's slow down. Maybe I'm going too fast. We're only dealing with 2 photos right now. What is your objection? Vagueness?
Yeah, vagueness as to the date.
Well, she's already testified it was May 6th, right?
yes,
All right, is any other objection?
No.
All right. Both of those photographs accurately depict the items that you reference.
yes, sir.
So plaintiff's proposed exhibit number 1 is the door frame that was I'm sorry, 2 is the door frame that was supposed to be installed. And plaintiff's proposed number 1 is the broken down, it's depicts the door that he broke when he couldn't get in because the tenant had accidentally locked the door, correct?
Right.
I'll admit plaintiffs 1 and 2. Move on to 3 if you would, unless you have a question about 1 or 2 right now, Mr. Forster.
I do not.
Okay?
Exhibit 3, you recognize that?
This is the bathroom door where he ripped the frame off the wall. I had asked him to put a new door on, not rip the frame off.
And it was taken when?
May 6th.
Moved to, Richard, you're on.
So that was not part of the contract for him to rip that frame off.
No,
You wanted him to install a new door.
yes, just put a new door on.
Any questions of her?
Plaintiff's 4, you recognize this?
Yes, this is the back door with the molding removed, the door frame. I don't know what it's called, the outside of
The door frame?
yeah.
The door molding, was that door operational?
No. And we could not lock it. We could not secure the house.
And how long was that, how long did that remain in that state? Was it repaired?
It was repaired just recently.
This is January of 25. When was it repaired?
Just about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And who did the repairs?
Handyman,
And what did that cost you?
$1,150.
I'm sorry, how much?
$1,150.
Was that the only thing that they did for you for that amount?
No, he additionally did other things to repair. He also replaced the bedroom door that had been removed and the frame ripped out.
So I'm sorry, can you repeat that? For $1,150, you're telling me he repaired?
He put in the back door.
Okay,
And he put in the bedroom door that had been ripped out and the molding removed. He additionally put in smoke detectors and repaired the bathroom sink.
and that was in the bedroom door?
Pardon me?
That was in the bedroom door?
Yeah, the bedroom door had also been ripped off or taken out and the molding ripped off. And he repaired that wall because when they ripped it off, they didn't score the wall. They just ripped it off and the plaster came off.
Okay. All right.
Now, plaintiff's exhibit 5, you recognize that?
This is where paint was dripping down the walls. A part of the contract was to paint the entire house inside. And this is paint dripping down the walls,
Which walls?
living room. There was also paint spilled in the kitchen that I'm going to have to replace the floor because it got into the tiles.
Ma'am, did you take any pictures at the start of the project being done
No.
for the contract?
No,
Okay, so, all right. All right, no objection.
Plaintiff 5 is admitted.
Plaintiff 6, you recognize this?
yes, this is the foundation around the house. He was supposed to tuck point the foundation and then paint it. He painted it without tuck pointing it. And you can see in the photograph that the painter's tape is still left there.
Plaintiff 7. More of the same?
More of the same
That's the foundation around the house
foundation around the house.
that he's supposed to tuck point and
Not
paint.
completely painted or tuck pointed.
Plaintiff 8. This is an example of paint.
Objection to the explanation that he's giving her.
All right. Can you identify plaintiff's 8?
Yes, this is the front
Proposed.
porch.
Front porch?
that it remains unpainted. Wyandotte requires you to paint the foundation of your house, and it is not, the painting is not complete.
Okay.
There's 9. You recognize this?
Yes, this is the exterior of the house, the windows that remain uncaulked. They were supposed to be weather tight, caulked and painted, and none of that has been done.
Can you answer, was that part of the first?
Yes, painting. When the first part was for supplies and labor, and the painting was to be completed. And it, to this day, is not completed.
That's number 10.
Plaintiff's 9 is admitted.
This is where they spilled paint on the kitchen floor and it seeped into the boards. It's permanent damage.
When you say into the boards, you mean into the molding?
No, you know how they put those boards together?
Okay.
They're planks for flooring.
Oh, flooring.
Pardon me?
I'm sorry, over pine flooring.
Okay.
It's flooring that it got into the seams of the boards.
I got it. Okay. Any objection on the admission of 10?
No.
Plaintiff's 10 is admitted.
And the framework was part of that painting?
Well, I had no idea he was going to rip the framework out. I just wanted a new door. So that
on the bedroom.
Yeah, on the bedroom and on the back door
that he broke.
And the bathroom.
Well, you didn't anticipate at the time of the contract he was going to rip out the back door, right?
No, we knew that, I knew that he was going to rip out the back doors to replace it, to put that new frame in. But I didn't know they were going to take all the moldings and everything off.
I got it.
To do that to the bedroom and the bathroom.
Right. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Forster.
And after roughly, I guess, 2 days, he was on site?
I don't recall how many days he was there.
But then he vacated the work and left some tools there, left some.
Here's the heart of the dispute. Contractor leaves mid-job, tools behind, and communication breaks down. Legally, this turns into a battle over partial performance versus abandonment. Did he walk off, or was he locked out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this exact issue decides thousands of cases like this.
I was behind.
Yes, he left paint and a shop vac.
And and you reached out to him at that time.
I did.
And your response?
No response. I tried to text him. I tried to talk to
The
him at my
gentleman that was
job.
doing the work for you, do you see him?
He's right there.
Can you describe what he's wearing?
A gray jacket and a light blue shirt, I think.
And that is Mr. Ronald Henderson?
Yes, it is.
All right, the record should reflect the witnesses identified the defendant. Ask your next question, please.
And did you eventually contact him after this first round of work?
Well, after I filed in small claims court, then he contacted me.
I see.
And at that point, it was a no-go. He had caused enough destruction and it just wasn't going forward at that point.
Did he ask for more money?
Yes,
When was that?
I don't know.
Subsequent to the work that he did?
When he thought the painting was finished, probably within a week or so, he wanted more money, and I was not going to give him any more money after seeing what was done.
How much money did you pay him?
$8,620.
That was a deposit.
Yes.
And the total contract price was?
17,000 something.
Was it 17,240?
Okay.
I want you to verify that. I don't want you to.
Can I get the contract?
Well, he can show you the contract.
17,240.
Ms. Lowe, you saw the contract, is that right?
I saw the contract and I made additions to it.
Okay, all right. And on that contract, you didn't say anything about whether or not to replace the frame. You just wanted to have a tight door in there. Is that right? In any place of the doors?
The frame was already in the house. And yes, the frame was to go in the back door.
Okay, all right. But as far as how the defendant would put in the door, there's nothing really specific about that. It says.
No, but I didn't expect him to kick it in either.
Did you see him kick it in?
No,
Okay. So somebody told you he kicked it in?
the renter.
Okay. And then did you hear the renter say that her boyfriend kicked it in?
No,
Okay. All right. Did someone tell you that that's what she said, or did she say that to you?
she said that to me.
All right. Now, also in this contract, there's no date that says the doors must be completed by this date.
Actually, yes, the work was supposed to be completed within a week for the city inspection.
Okay, but that's not in the contract, is that right?
No, but I have texts to that.
In the contract?
No, I have texts.
Was there any additions made to the contract that both of you signed?
I don't know what you're asking
Did
me.
you make any changes to the contract that both you and Mr. Henderson signed that said that this painting has to be done in a week?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, you didn't sign anything.
No,
Okay. All right, now, but you did understand that you would make a second payment after the painting was done.
yes, but the painting was not done.
I'm not asking about that. You said that about 10 times and I will hear it loud and clear.
Okay,
But there was nothing in the contract that said painting must be done in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did you look at the contract at all?
Yes,
Okay. In fact, you made some changes.
yes.
What was her lease up?
No, her lease was not up.
Okay,
She had an open-ended lease.
okay. All right. Now, was Madeline Jones the person that signed this? Was she overseeing any of the work also?
I don't know, she was in the hospital with me.
Okay. Both of you were in the hospital?
No, she wasn't admitted.
Oh, she was watching you as
Yes.
a friend?
Yes,
Is that right? All right. All right, no further questions, Judge. Thank you.
Was she the renter?
no,
No further questions?
No.
Call your first witness.
Judge, I call the defendant, Mr. Ronald Henderson, to the stand.
Okay, you can come on up here, Mr. Henderson, sir.
Mr. Henderson, please state your name for the record.
Yes, Ronald Ray Henderson II.
And how do you know the plaintiff, Miss Colleen Lowe?
I know Miss Colleen Lowe from the neighborhood that we lived in. I go in the gas station a lot. She works at the service station, and I come in all the time, get gas, and she asked me to help her with the work as I was coming in back and forth. So that's how I met Miss Colleen.
Okay. What did she say to you?
She said, young man, I have some work that needs to be done, and I've been trying to get a hold of you. People told me, good things about you. Can you help me with this punch list? I said, Miss Colleen, I'm kind of busy right now, but let me see what I can make happen for you. So I eventually got her address, and I was in the area in Wyandotte at one time, and we met over there, and that's how I looked at the job, came up with an estimate for sending it over, and that's how that got started.
All right. Did the issue of how long this project should take for you to ever come up?
No, man, I told her that it would be almost impossible to get that list done in 2 weeks. I told her that, it's going to take way longer than that because the punch list is real long. Things have been neglected, and I even mentioned that when we was there doing the estimate. I said, man, this stuff haven't been done in a while, it's going to take a minute. So I went to the city of Wyandotte to ask, about the date. And they said that she scheduled the date. And I'm like, you guys didn't schedule the date? And they said, no, she scheduled this day. I said, well, so they said pretty much it was her that wanted it to be done in 2 weeks,
Okay.
not them scheduling the dates for the inspector to come out.
And so are you the person that prepared the contract?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And And did Ms. Lowe make any changes to the contract, or have you any questions about it?
The changes that was made were, I know that Miss Colleen was in the hospital at the time, so she had to sign for Miss Colleen, which I was aware of
Ms.
that.
Jones signed for Ms.
Miss Jones, Miss Madeline.
Okay,
And so I was okay with that because they always was together. So I figured they was on the same. So, but for us the changes, I don't remember no changes like that.
okay,
That we specifically talked about. It definitely wasn't the time frame, but we told her we was just going to work hard at it and try to get it done, you know.
okay,
But then I did let her know that what the inspector said and what the city said, that we can reschedule a date.
okay,
And she never responded. So, yeah.
okay. Now,
When is the last day that you worked at that project? Can you tell me?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Can I look through my texts?
Sure.
Okay.
That will refresh your recollection.
Yes, sir. It was around the week of May the 4th, Your Honor.
Do you remember what day you started the actual job?
Yes, sir. I can let you know that. I think it was start of the contract, Your Honor, was April 16th.
So that's the day the contract was executed. Is that the day you actually went in there and started working?
Yes, sir. That's the day we started getting everything, the materials and stuff together to get the
Did you
job.
have all the painting done on by May the 4th?
No, sir. All the painting wasn't complete because of not being able to get inside of the house at times. So it was a little bit of painting left. We did 2,500 square feet of painting of ceilings, walls in the basement. The ceiling in the basement, the walls in the basement.
Did you have another job that you were performing at the time of this one?
Electrical jobs, but nothing to do with that will pull us away from this job. Your Honor.
How many times could you not gain access to the property?
About 4 times, Your Honor.
Did you?
Oh yeah, knocked, called. I even had the tenant's phone number.
Let me finish.
Yes, sir.
She said that you broke down the back door.
Your Honor, that's not true, Your Honor.
Who did that? Do you know?
The tenant's boyfriend kicked in the door. She told me and the workers all about it. And they even have a police report at the Wyandotte Police.
Who told you that?
The tenant. Her boyfriend kicked in the door. Like, we never kicked in the door. So what happened, Your Honor? One day, the tenant locked her keys in the house, and they asked us to get in the house. So one of my workers, because the door frame was already like busted, took a screwdriver and was able to get in for it. We never kicked the door in. And, you know, I was trying to get a hold of the tenant. So
Do you have any text messages?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just listen to my question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any text messages or evidence that you called her? And I'm talking about Ms. Lowe on or around the 4th and advised her that you could not get into the property?
Not Ms. Lowe, Your Honor, because due to her being in the hospital, didn't want to bother Ms. Lowe with a lot because she was in there for congestive heart failure and didn't want no stress on her. So it was between me and the tenant and like to get the things done. So I do have, you know, proof that me and the tenant talked. She apologized to me on text message saying that she was asleep or she wasn't feeling good or please don't come today. I have all those messages. If you'd like to see them too, Your Honor, between me and the tenant.
On or about May the 4th?
Yes, sir.
And are you saying, though, that you could not get back into the property because the door was locked on and after May the 4th?
Periodically. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Well, you said the last day you worked was May the 4th, right?
Well, somewhere in the week of May the 4th, I said, Your Honor.
Okay. Whenever you last went there during the week of May the 4th of 24,
Okay.
whatever day you last went there, did you stop going because she had not given you the second payment? Or did you stop going because you had other work?
Oh, no, sir. I stopped because of the second payment, Your Honor. And then I did
The
communicate.
second payment?
Yes, sir. I communicated.
But this says the painting was not complete. This says the second payment's due after the painting is complete, right?
Okay, so the payment.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And did you not say that the painting was not complete?
Well, it was.
Yeah, true or false?
True.
This exchange is crucial. The contractor admits the painting wasn't complete, but still wanted the second payment. Courts hate that. Payment triggers in contracts are not suggestions, they're conditions. No completion usually means no money. This is where the defendant's case starts slipping fast.
Okay.
True.
And you're putting that on the tenant because the tenant was not letting you in.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. And there was a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos going on.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can I give you one more? So the reason the second payment was talked about was because the doors was on the second phase. And installing the doors.
You didn't need to get into the interior of the house to do the painting and tuck pointing to the foundation,
The
correct?
tuck point was on the second phase.
I'm just asking you a question.
Well, I didn't finish getting my statement. The tuck pointing was on the second phase and the doors were installed, was supposed to be on the second phase. She kept pushing about the doors being on. I said, well, ma'am, that's the second phase. So that's how that came about, George.
But you could have done the tuck pointing and the painting to the foundation on days when you did not have access to the interior of the home. Is that true or false?
It's true, but we had a lot of other outside work we had to do as well, Your Honor. We had to seal the complete house. They had holes all the way down the house. I have pictures show you where water was running down the house. We sealed the whole house. So we did plenty of the work those days that we couldn't get access. So to make, I got pictures and everything to prove it.
I'm not quarreling with you, but you did say that the painting was not complete, right?
No, it wasn't complete.
And you said that you were not owed the second installment until the painting was complete, right?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And the painting was not complete to the foundation area where you had to do tuck pointing and painting, correct?
Correct.
And to perform that work, you didn't need to go into the interior of the house, did you?
To tuck point, no. And
Or to paint the foundation?
No. And so the painting for the foundation did start, Your Honor. It just hadn't been finished all the way complete because of the tuck point.
Yeah.
All right, now, what had to be completed before you could ask for the second payment?
So the painting needed to be completed. And the only reason the second payment came up was because she was pushing about the doors. Get the doors on, get the doors. I said, well, ma'am, Miss Colleen, the doors are on the second phase. You want the doors, you got to pay us another payment to get the doors installed. So that's the only reason that came up about the second payment is because she wanted to keep pushing about the doors. I'm like, ma'am, the doors are getting installed once the second payment is released. That's the second phase of everything. And I tried to explain that like several times, but.
Sir, you wrote the contract.
I wrote the contract.
You were the one who said the second installment wasn't due until the painting was complete, correct?
Exactly.
You couldn't paint the frame area and the doors until the doors were installed, correct?
I couldn't paint. Say that again, Your Honor. I couldn't paint the door.
You had some painting to do on the door frames, correct?
No, because the door frames come as one. We paint them and they already painted. We put the whole jam in, Your Honor.
But you still had some painting to do when you put the door in, correct? Or not?
I never put the door in. That never was installed.
But you would have had to do some painting once you put the door in, true or false?
True.
Okay. That painting wasn't done either, right? Because you never installed the doors, right?
We never got to installing the doors, right?
And you're saying that's because the tenant kept locking the door, or didn't that have anything to do?
I didn't answer the door.
I'm trying to make sure I understand. Are you saying the doors were not installed because the tenant wasn't around to let you in?
The doors wasn't installed because we wasn't on the second phase, Your Honor.
All right. So the painting, then you agree the second payment couldn't possibly be due? could not possibly be due until at least the second phase was done. True?
True. But the way we do it,
So then the second installment payment wasn't due yet.
but she kept pushing about the doors. And that's what I told her. If you want the doors right away, we got to get the second installment payment.
Go ahead.
All right, besides the doors, was the painting done, or was there more painting that had to be done?
It was painting that had to be done because the basement was full and we had to move stuff from one side of the basement to the other. So it was like a little closet room in the basement that you really couldn't even tell was a door. And there was a room, I guess, like that wasn't painted back in there. That's a little like the utility area. But that wasn't completed in the back.
Was that the only thing as far as painting and the doors situation that you discussed with the judge?
No, man, we would have to like, the tuck pointing that after the tuck pointing was done, we was gonna have to repaint those areas that needed to be tuck pointed.
All right. So at the time that you asked for the second payment, you had a little bit of painting left to do,
Mm-hmm.
but the other signers of the people that were parties to the contract wanted you to start doing the doors.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am.
And why didn't you just tell her, why don't I just finish the painting and then I'll start the doors?
I tried to, and I tried to communicate that, and she would not hear me for anything. I even have text messages to prove that I was trying to communicate that to her.
Where are they?
Right here.
What did she say? What did you say?
So she sent me a text saying that the painting,
Read it exactly out loud.
the painting is not finished.
What day was that?
This was on May the 7th.
Okay. What else does it say?
That's it, Your Honor. She
She said the painting is not finished. She just blurted out the painting is not finished on May 7th.
Yep, that's what I'm reading.
Well, did you make some comment by way of text that caused her to say the painting is not finished? Did you ask for the second installment on May 7th, Mr. Henderson?
I don't have any record of that, Your Honor.
Well, let me see the text. Let's just make this easy.
Okay.
You just read one text and it just says the painting is not finished is what your testimony is, right?
Yeah.
Let me see it. But before that, on April 27th, you said, hey, Ms. Colleen, I'm in the middle of getting work done today. We're working today, tomorrow, and the rest of next week, so we'll talk Monday. I have to focus on the work. We will be done. We will discuss the contract Monday. For now, I have to work, so we will talk soon. Thanks, I got to stay focused today. And she said, you need to call me, right?
Yep.
And then she said, the painting is not finished, right?
Right.
And then you said, we are ready on May 8th. You said, we're ready to finish so we can move to the next phase,
Okay.
right?
Right.
She said, I've called you multiple times with no answer on June 4th, right?
Your Honor, I've seen her at a job.
I'm just asking you, is that not what she said?
That's what the text message said. I'm not there.
Okay. But she didn't just blurt it out.
But yes,
The painting is not-
that date. That's what I read.
All right, go ahead.
When you spoke to her,
So you gotta take that phone out of here real quick, phone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take it out of
Take that
here.
out of here.
so your last text was around, it was in May. Now, when you.
That's not true, is it, sir?
The last text would have been, let me get the exact date for you, Miss Peter. Around June 19th was the last text.
Okay,
And you hadn't been over there since May the 4th.
Yeah, because the tenant wouldn't let us in
Okay,
due to Miss Colleen and them instructions.
okay.
all right. Would there have been a problem if you could go back
Oh, no, ma'am.
after May 4th?
No, ma'am. I even have text messages here letting her know that we were prepared to go and finish.
Find him.
It's ready, Your Honor.
What? Did you,
On May the 8th, I said, we are ready to finish. so we can move to the next
Did you reference
phase.
anything about the tenant not letting you in?
No, I didn't.
Did you reference anything to her about how she had to enable you to gain access to the property?
No, me and Miss
I'm
Colleen
just asking
wasn't.
you that question.
No, we didn't.
Go on to your question, Ms.
Okay.
Ellenberg.
All right. So, so after, your last day, and you said we're ready to go on May 8th, you just said that.
Mhm.
Did Miss Lowe or Miss Jones respond to those texts and said you can come in, that we're ready for you, or anything to indicate?
No response.
Why didn't you just go on your own?
So every time we would show up, the tenant wouldn't answer the door, and her kid was there at the home by herself at times, and we're not going to enter the house with an underage minor being there. So it was just a whole lot of things going on in the situation.
Did Miss Lowe realize that there was a tenant not letting you in?
I can't say she did, but she kept in contact with the tenant, so the tenant had to let her know.
Did you ever tell her the tenant won't let me in?
Oh, I told her the times that we was locked up, Your Honor.
Well, that was prior to May 4th? Or May 8th, prior to May 8th?
It was all during the times. It was periodically throughout the whole process.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
But then after May 8th, that was it? Did you ever go back and try to get in or talk to Ms. Lowe about restarting up the project after that?
Let me see, on May 8th, I did tell her let's start the project. Yes, ma'am. And I seen her at the gas station that I met her at because we both live in the same area.
Yeah.
I
And so
said,
what did you say to her at the gas station?
hey, Miss Colleen, I've been trying to get a hold of you because I had made several attempts to reach out to her on the phone and reach out to her and let her know, like, look, we're ready to complete and finish. And she said, please don't do this at my job. And I was like, okay, Miss Colleen, I'm not trying to make a big fuss of it. I'm just letting you know, been trying to get a hold of you so we can complete the work and we can move on. And so the reason behind it, the tenant, and may I say this, the tenant said that she wanted to get her out of the house. And so that's why she made the timeline so tight to try to have the work done so we will fail the inspection so she can kick the tenant out. So we was,
Is that what somebody told you, or is that what yours?
no, this is what the tenant told me.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And so when I went to the city to verify, well, can we move this date? Because 2 weeks is not enough time to get this punch list done. They said, well, Miss Colleen is the one that set the date.
We heard that. You're right.
And so I'm like, well, can't she just have you guys come out? They said, well, she can reschedule to give you guys more time. I let Miss Colleen know this, and Miss Colleen never got back with me about it.
What percentage of the work do you think you completed?
For the phase one, Your Honor, I would say at least 3/4 of the work, Your Honor.
So 3/4, so there's 3 phases.
Yes, sir.
So phase 1, you think you got 3/4 of the work done?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And then none of phase 2 or 3, is that true?
No, phase 2 and no 3. No, sir, Your Honor.
So you think roughly, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Okay.
I want to go back here for a second. You're telling me you didn't do any in phase 3 and didn't do any in phase 2, right? But you did all but a third of phase 1?
Well, a quarter, Your Honor.
You did a quarter of phase 1?
You say all but a quarter of phase 1.
Okay, so you did 3/4 of phase 1 and none of phase 2 and 3.
Well, I think we did some of the items that was on phase 2 or 3.
What did you do on phase 2?
There was some plumbing pipe that's outside, repair the front fence. It needed to be done.
What percentage of the work in phase 2 did you do?
Can I look at the contract? The number 1 was completed.
What, we'll fix the front gate on the
Yes, sir.
property?
number 4 on first page is done.
Which one was that? Read it to me.
We will cut the metal pipe sticking out of the ground in the backyard
Wait a minute.
up against the house.
Wait a minute.
It's right down here, Your Honor. Second page.
Okay, so if they're numbered out of order is why I'm asking. Okay, so number 4, we will cut metal pipe sticking out of the ground in the backyard.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
You did that.
Yes, sir. And capped it for the code. It's a number 9 right up under that one. It says all windows will be recaulked and weather tight. Also caulking around the outside of the house.
You did all of that.
Yes, sir. And I have pictures to show you that.
Okay.
There are 12, next page, Your Honor, it says page 5, oh wait, 3. I can tell it's kind of cut off, 3, oh wait. There are 12 stress cracks in the house that have to be fixed. INT will fix them, paint the area. But the client said, we agreed on white paint. That's number 1 was done.
Did you do all of that work?
Yes, sir, we did fix the stress cracks.
Did you paint the area where they were at?
Yes, sir, we did, Your Honor.
Okay.
Number 17, Your Honor, INT will paint basement walls, ceilings, color to be picked by client. We picked black for the ceiling.
Hang on. Did you paint all the basement walls?
Yes, sir, all the walls.
And the ceiling?
Except that one utility room that I was telling you about that was hiding off in the color. It was one of those photos that's available there.
And so you painted the
walls,
all the basement walls
and the ceiling, Your Honor. Complete
and
ceiling.
the ceiling, okay. Except the utility room.
Yes, sir.
So is that correct now? You're still sticking with, you did about 75% of phase 1 and none of phase 2 and 3, or is that incorrect now?
Well, yeah, Your Honor, I'm sticking with that because that's what we was going to do, the painting and the outside ceiling.
I just want to be clarified because I don't want to put words in your mouth.
The ceiling built outside.
You're saying you did 75% of phase 1 and none of phase 2 or 3.
Only part of phase 2 that we did do were the demo.
Hang on.
Okay. The demolition of.
What part of phase 2 did you do?
We demoed the front rails that needed to be replaced. We demoed the doors that needed to be replaced. Removed.
So what percentage of phase 2 do you think you did, which would include removing the materials and the doors that needed to be replaced? And you said some of that was phase 2.
Well, like the fixing of the fence and the cutting the pipes and then start to go pull. We was getting ready to go pull electrical permits.
I'm just asking you what percentage of that phase 2 that you think you did.
Not much, Your Honor.
Okay.
Not much.
So not much?
Not much of phase 2.
Okay. All right, go ahead, counsel.
Sir, you gotta get your phone and take it out of here, please. Leave it out of the courtroom.
Sir, please.
I thought it was off. Well, make sure it's off this time. Leave it out of the courtroom, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you want to say about the work that you did for the contract?
Yes, Your Honor. We was just trying to help get the punch list done. I did mention to her that we could reschedule the time to get, more time available because I talked to the city worker and I went down to the city myself, talked to her. She said all Ms. Lowe had to do was call in, reschedule the date. And Ms. Lowe.
Is this because you had to go on another job?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Is this because the tenant wasn't letting you in?
Well, this was because of all the confusion that was going on throughout the time. Your Honor, not being able to get in, having to move the tenant stuff, like having to, she was sick. Please, she'll text me one day, please don't come today. Like it was so much going on. It was not enough adequate time for me to get that work done in those weeks. So that's why I went to the city, Your Honor.
Okay.
And talked to him myself, say, hey, look, is there any way you can give her more time? And they said, well, she's the one makes the schedule.
I see. You told me that a couple of times. I get it. I understand. Okay. Fair enough.
No further questions.
Do you have any crossing, Mr.?
I do, Your Honor.
Well, what did you do with the wall prep that? I mean, I could have done a better job than this. I'm looking at this paint dripping.
Well, you haven't seen the walls, Your Honor. This pictures don't do the house justice of how this house
Was
looks.
that primer or was that regular paint that you were gonna leave on the wall?
This time it doesn't look like it's been painted. Like, this is a horrible picture because the house never looked like this. Like the finished product. You see this, Your Honor?
See what?
Like this right here. This is not how we left the paint job.
That's not how you left the paint job, but you painted it?
Well, I don't see where that's not, those pictures are not showing me exactly where this is at, but I can clearly tell this is old paint.
You have argument?
Well, yeah. Yep. Bottom line of this, Your Honor, was, this was an $8,500 contract, roughly, approximately. The work that was done, was,
Well, 17,240, right?
the contract was this particular first.
She paid 8620.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this first phase was as we heard, there was a lot of confusion. Apparently, there was a lot of things going on. But the bottom line was, it was the contractor's obligation to make it known that he was unable to get in the house if that was the case, and the quality of the work and the cost and the fact that the first part wasn't even done, wasn't even complete, and he was asking for more money. It's a pretty simple case, Your Honor.
How much are you asking for?
We were asking for one second here.
Well, I saw your trial brief.
Yeah, the trial brief didn't include that latest to fill to replacing the doors that were ripped out. So we're asking for a total of $12,430.
I'm sorry?
$12,430. The original $8,620 plus the 3 months of lost rent from the renter.
But I didn't hear any testimony on that. None. Go ahead.
And the additional amount that we already discussed for the $1,150 to fix the doors.
Okay. Good enough. Argument?
Your Honor, I agree with plaintiff's counsel, Mr. Forrester, here to some extent that there was a lot of confusion. We had clients who were in the hospital, couldn't sign a contract, read a contract. We have a house that was over 20 years old that Mr. Henderson was trying to repair to the best of his ability. We have pictures that are very, very delineated in certain areas. And Mr. Henderson testified that he had completed at least 75% of the main job. And then at that point, when for some reason, the 2 weeks area came in and it was all blamed on the Wyandotte people having to have it done. It really didn't have to be done. And so we have a man here who said what he completed. We don't have pictures of that, of what he completed. We have pictures of other things that should have been done probably in phase 2, and everybody agreed that he would get paid in phases. And based on the testimony of both parties, it sounds like to me that Mr. Henderson is entitled to his first payment. And we would ask that would settle the case. Thank you.
Thank you. Parties entered into a contract. And the total job cost was to be $17,240. There were 3 payments scheduled. Plaintiff paid the defendant $8,620 initially at the time of the signing of the contract. Second payment was due after the paint was complete. And the third payment after the job complete. I'm not persuaded in the least that the plaintiff breached the contract in any form or fashion. Even if I was going to take the paintwork that was shoddily done, shoddily completed in a way that a teenager wouldn't complete it, And I'm dead serious about that, Mr. Henderson. I'm referencing this photograph, plaintiff's 5. Even if I were to count it as being partial performance, and I can't because it's unworkmanlike, there is no way that the painting was completed. I mean, I don't even have to reiterate the testimony here. You didn't put in the doors. You didn't paint the doors. You didn't tuck point outside the foundation, and you didn't paint that. And you can say that's part of project 2. Well, there's no way in the world Ms. Lowe breached this contract by not making a second payment.
Lock in right now. This is the judge's credibility assessment, and it's brutal. When a judge says, "I don't believe you," the case is effectively over. Courts can forgive mistakes, delays, even confusion, but they will not forgive work that looks unprofessional and testimony that doesn't add up. Watch how fast this ruling comes down.
You said, now listen, it's my turn to talk. I'm telling you why I'm going to do what I'm doing. You said to me that all but 25% of phase 1 was completed. I don't believe you. I don't believe hardly any of your testimony. This theory that you've concocted, that somehow you were unable to perform the work because the tenant didn't let you in, I find to be totally incredible. I don't believe a word about it. You didn't do workmanlike contractual work. These pictures clearly show that. This painting is a disgrace. I don't believe hardly any of your testimony, sir. And don't, it's not your turn to talk. You can appeal this all you want. Take it up the circuit, then court, take it wherever you can take it. Ms. Lowe did nothing wrong here, except she hired somebody that didn't do the work he was supposed to do. Period. The only reason I'm not giving them the rental amount is because they didn't admit any testimony with regard to rental loss as a result of this work. I'm going to find that you only completed at best 10%. Stop.
Sir.
Hey, listen, don't get smart with me while I'm rendering an opinion. You can go out in the hallway and tell whoever you want that I'm a horrible judge. Go out in the parking lot. I could care less, but you're not going to interrupt me while I'm telling you why I'm doing what I'm doing. You yourself said you didn't do 25% of it, of phase 1. And the contract was for $17,240. I don't think you hardly did any work in a workmanlike manner. Therefore, I am taking off a mere total of $1,200 off of the $8,600, which should leave you with $7,420. She also had to pay work that was supposed to be performed to the tune of $1,150. Your total here, the total judgment amount is for $8,570 plus statutory attorney's fees, plus filing and service fees. Judgment for plaintiff. I don't find you credible. I just can't believe some of the things that I was hearing here when I was asking you questions. I don't know if you think that I'm not a very wise man, and that's okay. That's your opinion. But you talk to me sometimes, or at least you did today, like I don't know that 7 and 8 is 15 without a calculator. Don't do it again, I'm telling you. Take your exhibits back, counsel, 1 through 11. That's the judgment of the court, and you can keep those. I'm sorry, that's mine. That's mine. Oh, wait a minute. This is 11. You can prepare a judgment and send it in. That's for $74.20 plus the $11.50 for $85.70 plus filing fee and service fee. You can submit that under the 7-day rule. Court's in recess. Stay seated, everybody.